Hey yo, what's up guys? It's BlizzBid here, and today in this video we're going to be teaching you how to catch a scammer and how to avoid scams. Let's get straight into it. So guys, as you know, there's always like hundreds of scams on MMX a day, and it's really sad for me to hear, and I hate when people come to me. I mean, I don't hate it, but I just hate when people get scammed because there is a lot of scammers out there in MMX and in other games, but we're focusing on 3 main points that people mostly get scammed in, and I'm going to try to help you guys out, give you some tips, tricks, and reminders what to do and what not to do. Hopefully this helps you out, because I know this is a highly requested video because a lot of people have been getting scammed lately, hacked, quote-unquote hacked, but yeah, I'm going to be helping you guys out, trying to, like give you some tips. Also, guys, if your account is quote unquote you think it's hacked, I have a link in the description that Roblox will help you out. So go be sure if you are potentially hacked, then go click that link. It's a Roblox link. It'll help you out with some of that stuff. But the 3 main points we're going to be going over today is that people mostly get scammed is in godly bets, trading in general. I meant trading, and just like MMX in general, as in like people try to like trade you, oh, I'll give you my limited and all that, but we'll go over all of it. So let's start with number 1. First off, guys, I'm gonna go over this. This is a one common thing people go over, is I'll give you Robux for your knife. So this is one thing people say for the knives. This is one of the easiest ways to get scams. Don't trust. This is also not allowed. This is my alt. This is not an actual person. Chinese knockoff. This is my alt. I can control him to do anything. But, just immediately when somebody says that, say no, and if they keep annoying you, just leave the game. Don't focus on that. Because they're just trying to manipulate you to get your stuff, to get your items, and you do not want to fall for that kind of stuff. So yeah, when you're trading, doing that, just don't take it, don't do it. Also, people are going to say stuff like, let me borrow your knives. And they're going to be like, it's no scam, trust me. Don't listen to this kind of stuff. They're just trying to take your stuff. They're going to try to say things like, oh, but it's my birthday, or it's all my stuff. They say stuff like, it's my birthday, please give me all this, let me borrow your items. Don't fall for that, guys. They're just trying to take your stuff, and I don't want you guys to get scammed because I hate it when people are scammed. And I try to help as much as I can with that. So let's move on to let's move on to godly betting. Now, before we move on to the next one, I just want to say, guys, if you do have any questions whatsoever with if you were scammed, or if you want some other like questions on scamming, please feel free to comment down below. I respond to all your comments that ask something or say something nice, so feel free to ask any questions. Next thing is godly betting. Always when you're about to godly bet, pay attention to their attitude and the way they act before the bet and after the bet, because you want to have a decent long conversation before they bet, because then you get to know what their personality is like, and if it's suspicious that they scam. Always during godly bets, if you can, take screenshots of like every second of it, or record it, because if they do end up scamming or not giving the thing, then you can contact me. I'll try to help you out, or maybe some MMX overseers. But yeah, always during betting, pay attention to their attitude, record the whole thing, so that way, if you do they end up backing out of the bet, which is not a thing, it's common sense, guys. You can't just back out of the bet and say, I don't want to do this anymore. Again, even if you don't say, like, a lot of people are like, well, we never made that rule. I mean, it's common sense. You can't back out during a bet. It's basically just scamming, because a bet is something you do to, like, if this person wins and the other person wins, then there's no point in the bet if somebody just backs out like that. So you do not want to you don't want to back out. Also, guys, a huge thing during betting is to definitely not have conversations during the rounds. Even if you're arguing or anything, just don't conversate during the rounds. Try not to talk during the rounds because it just makes the whole thing go slower, and it's just a waste of time in the end if they end up scamming. Also, guys, during godly bets, I highly recommend the use of a trusted middleman. Trusted as in maybe like moderators, overseers. Now they're not always gonna have time for you, as in like for bets. I don't mean that in a mean way. It's just they have things to do that for work for MMP. So don't expect them to say yes if you ask, but I'm sure you can feel free to ask them. I'm gonna let you know, you might not like it, but the internet is a dangerous place. You can never trust anyone. That's how a lot of people are always like, how does Blizzard never get scammed in godly bets? I have gotten scammed a lot, as in like people backing out and stuff and just leaving the game when I win. But a lot of people don't do it anymore because they realize that I know what to do, and I can report it to the scammers, and they always know I'm recording and stuff like that because I'm a well-known person for godly betting, and a lot of people know I don't get scammed because I take those cautious procedures. I'm not just a very lucky person who always wins godly bets and never gets scammed. You have to. It's a hard process of people gaining people just gaining knowledge that you know what to do if something happens like that, or if you're always recording, so they could possibly get like exposed or potentially banned. Some people have gotten that for scamming sometimes, which I hate to see people get banned, but if they're getting banned for the right reasons, I completely understand that. But yeah, that's wrapped up for number 2. Now we're gonna move on to number 3, just MMX in general getting scammed, and Roblox and all that. First thing, as I've said before, very highly recommended is do not, when people ask to cross game trade items, don't do it. I don't think it's against the rules, but just don't do it because it is the easiest way to get scammed. People are like, okay, you do first, and I'll give you the other weapon. Like, let's say you're trying to trade an MMX weapon for an MM2 weapon. Just don't do it. It just doesn't help you in the long end. Even if the other person is going first, just don't do it because you don't want to be trading stuff for other items in different games. It's just, it's not a good thing to do, and it's not a reliable, trustful thing to do. Also, again, limiteds, Robux, PayPal, any of that other stuff that is not MMX items, you cannot get for. You cannot give for MMX items. It is completely illegal against the Roblox TOS and MMP. And just don't do it in general. It's common sense. It's a good way to get scammed, so don't do it. It's a very easy way to avoid scams like that. Also, people out of the blue are going to be like, let me borrow your knives, let me do this, let me do that. Just ignore them. Just ignore them or say no or leave the server because you don't want them to try to persuade you to let them use your weapon, which eventually, most of the time, I mean, there are some nice people out there who don't scam, but again, trust nobody. Trust nobody. But yeah, that's partly why I'm successful. A lot of people are like, what's trading tips? What's this? How do you get such a quote-unquote rich and big inventory? To be honest, I'm very cautious on the internet. Be careful what I do because I know not to trust anyone except for the people who actually like made this game in general. But only trust them with stuff in this game. Don't give them any other information, especially personal information about other games or just you in general. MMX. They do MMX, nothing else. If they ask you other things other than MMX, don't answer them. They're only supposed to help you with MMX sort of things. Because that's their job. So far, they've been good at doing that. I'm just warning you guys. It could possibly happen, but I highly doubt it's going to happen. Just, yeah. Either way, guys, I hope this video actually helped you guys out, because I know this has been a very long time requested video because a lot of people have been getting quote-unquote scammed. I'm gonna leave my alt account for a second so I can do my outro. But yeah, again, I'm very sorry to hear that there are like thousands of hundreds of scams a day, not just on MMX, but on Roblox in general. It's a thing everyone has to stop. It's a thing that doesn't need to happen, because in life, you're going to have to learn how to avoid that kind of stuff, because for those of you younger ones, there's going to be, you know, some challenges in life, and there's going to be some tough times, and there's going to be people to manipulate you to use you or something. Don't trust them. Don't do what they're saying. I'm just trying to help you guys out for maybe just life in general, or mostly MMX, but you know, have some common sense. By that I mean, like, you know, it's obvious when you know it's a scam. And sometimes you don't realize it's a scam, but that's what this video is for. And anyway, guys, I hope this helped you, and I'll see you in the next one. Over and out.